Okay, so if you're a hot sleeper, you've probably bought one of those cooling pillows, right? And you get that nice cold side for like 20 minutes, and then you're flipping it over the rest of the night. So, what's the one that works?
Wool, hands down.
Wool? Yeah, that sounds backwards to me. I hear wool, I think sweater, I think warm.
That's the part most people get backwards. Wool keeps you cool by keeping you dry. That's the whole trick.
Okay, you gotta walk me through that one.
Sure. So think about why you wake up hot in the first place. Most of the time, it's not the room temperature. Turning the thermostat down doesn't really fix it. It's moisture. Your body's giving off heat and humidity all night. And when that moisture's got nowhere to go, it just sits there against your skin, against the pillow, and you feel it as heat. So what wool does, it pulls that moisture off your skin and locks it into the core of the fiber, up to 30% of the fiber's own weight. And the surface you're lying on stays dry.
Oh, so the pillow's not getting colder. The sweat just stops sitting on my face.
That's it. The clammy feeling goes away. And that's what your body reads as cool.
So, how's that different from like a regular cooling pillow, the gel kind?
Right, so a gel pillow works by absorbing heat. It starts cool and then it warms up to match your body, usually in about 15-20 minutes. You get one good flip and you're back to warm. Wool keeps working because it's reacting to moisture all night instead of just storing up cold. There's a property of wool called heat absorption. When it takes on moisture, it gives off a little heat. And when it releases that moisture back into the air, it pulls heat in. Around 1.1 kilojoules per gram, and that exchange just runs the whole night. It keeps adjusting as your body temperature rises and falls.
So, it's keeping up with me. It's not cooling once and then quitting.
That's the difference. One cool moment that fades versus a pillow that stays with you till morning.
Okay, let me ask the obvious one. Wool, right against your face. Doesn't that get scratchy?
It can, if it's cheap wool. The cheaper pillows use short staple fiber, which has a lot of loose ends poking out per inch of yarn. And those ends, that's what feels scratchy. Circadian uses long staple wool, fewer exposed ends, so the surface stays soft, right where your cheek rests.
What about the smell? Because people hear wool, they think sheep.
Yeah, so when you first open one, there's a faint earthy scent. That's lanolin. It's the natural wax that comes with the wool, and it airs out in about a week. But while it's there, it's kind of earning its keep, because lanolin is a big part of how wool handles dust mites.
Wait, wool handles dust mites?
3 different ways, and this is the part the allergy folks really care about. So the first one's chemical. The fatty acids in lanolin are toxic to dust mites, and they coat the little flakes of dead skin that the mites feed on. So there's just nothing left for them to digest. The second one's moisture. Wool keeps its own surface dry, holding the humidity right around 40 to 50%. And dust mites, they need it above 50 to survive, so they never really get established. And the third one's physical. Every wool fiber is wrapped in these microscopic scales that block the mites from burrowing in.
Huh. So that's just the wool itself doing all that, nothing sprayed on.
It's built right into the fiber, so it doesn't wash out, it doesn't wear off. And the wool comes from sheep raised without synthetic pesticides on certified organic farms in New Zealand.
Okay, let's talk about that word, organic. Because everybody slaps it on a label. How do I know it's real here?
Good instinct. Because a lot of pillows that get called organic, they only certify the outer cover. The fill inside, the part you're sleeping on, that can still be conventional cotton or some synthetic blend. The standard that matters here is the Global Organic Textile Standard, GOTS. And on this pillow, GOTS covers the whole thing. The wool fill, the organic cotton cover, the thread, the dye process, and the New Jersey workshop where it's sewn. All of it audited together by an independent certifier called Oregon Tilth, under license number GOTS-10229.
And I can check that myself?
That's the whole point of putting a number on it. It's public. You look up GOTS 10229 in the GOTS database, and you read the certificate. And because the workshop itself carries the certification, the audit follows the pillow all the way to the last stitch. That workshop's been making natural bedding by hand in New Jersey since 1981.
So who's this pillow really for?
Night sweaters, first and foremost. If you're someone who wakes up with a damp pillow or a damp face, wool changes that within about a week. Then anyone with dust mite allergies, for the 3 reasons we just went through, and people with multiple chemical sensitivities, MCS. Folks who need to know there are no synthetic pesticides, dyes, or finishes anywhere in it.
Is there anyone it's not for?
One group. Wool comes from sheep, so it isn't vegan. If you want something plant-based and you still sleep hot, then the wild harvested kapok pillow is the one to look at. But if your main problem is heat and night sweats, wool's the most effective fill we make for it.
Okay, last thing. People always worry a pillow's gonna show up too tall or too flat.
Yeah, that part's handled. Every circadian pillow ships overstuffed, more fill than most people want. And there's a zipper right on the side. So you open it up and you pull wool out until the height matches how you sleep. Side sleeper keeps it tall. Back sleeper takes a handful out for a lower profile. You're kind of tuning it to your own neck.
And where do people go to see it?
Circadianrest.com. You can see the wool pillow there. And you can look up that GOTS certificate by its number before you spend $1.
Love it. So if you run hot at night and you're tired of pillows that cool off and then quit on you halfway through, wool is where I'd start. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll get into the next pillow soon.